Elon Musk woke up early that morning, feeling unusually tired. He lay in bed for a moment, staring at the ceiling, his mind racing with ideas. SpaceX projects, Tesla innovations, solar energy, and artificial intelligence. They all blended together, keeping him awake. However, this morning was different. There was something else he felt, a quiet urge pulling him somewhere outside of his usual routine. Despite being known for his relentless drive to push forward in space exploration, the electric car revolution, and Mars colonization, today he felt a desire to step away from it all. The feeling was like a call to go somewhere, to get away from it all for a few hours, to experience something else. After quickly going through his usual morning routine, having breakfast in a hurry, he headed for the car. The small town was a couple of hours away. His life was usually filled with nonstop work, but today felt like an opportunity for a break, a chance to step back and breathe. When Elon arrived, the town felt like it was frozen in time. Narrow streets, houses close together, and stone buildings that seemed like relics from another era. As he drove slowly through the winding roads, he noticed the old charm of the place. Flower boxes sat on windowsills filled with yellowing leaves. Everything had the feel of a past time. The small town wasn't busy, and everything seemed to move slowly, without the rush of modern life. The trees along the road were thick, their branches stretching out like the arms of an old friend. The air was fresh, the sky a clear blue, and Elon couldn't help but feel that the town's atmosphere was offering him something peaceful, something rare. Finally, he arrived at the center of town and saw the bookstore. Timeless Tales was a small shop, its wooden sign still shining despite the weathering of time. The moment he stepped inside, he was enveloped by the cozy, warm air. The smell of aged books filled his nostrils, and a faint scent of freshly brewed coffee lingered in the corner. Inside, Elon found himself transported into a different world. The shelves, made of dark wood, were lined with books of all sizes and ages. Each book seemed to hold a secret, a history to be uncovered. The floor, worn with age, creaked slightly under his steps, and the light from overhead lamps created a soft glow that illuminated the yellowed pages of the books. There was a reading nook at the back, with a plush chair next to a small table. As he explored the store, a quiet tapping sound caught his attention. He turned to see a young man, hunched over a laptop, typing furiously. The boy's fingers moved with remarkable speed, absorbed in something that seemed far from the usual distractions of social media or games. Intrigued, Elon quietly walked over, pretending to browse nearby books. His eyes scanned the screen, and to his surprise, he saw complex equations, lines of code, and a simulation of something that looked like a propulsion system. "Impressive work," Elon said, breaking the silence. The boy startled and looked up, his eyes wide with disbelief. You're Elon Musk," he stammered. Elon smiled. "Guilty as charged. What are you working on?" The boy hesitated, then turned the screen toward Elon. "It's a project, a propulsion system that could improve space travel efficiency. I've been using public NASA data and my own calculations to try and improve it." Elon leaned forward, intrigued. "What's your name?" "Lucas," the boy replied, still in awe. "Lucas," Elon said, "do you realize how groundbreaking this is? This isn't just a hobby. If your calculations are right, you might be onto something huge." Lucas chuckled nervously. "It's just something I've been doing on my own. I've always wanted to work in aerospace, but I don't have the connections or resources to take it seriously." Elon smirked. "Well, you do now." Lucas blinked. "Wait, what?" "I want to see more of your work," Elon said. "You've got real talent. Talent shouldn't go unnoticed. If your research checks out, I'll have my engineers at SpaceX take a look at it. Maybe even offer you an internship." Lucas's jaw nearly hit the floor. "Are you serious?" Elon laughed. "I don't joke about rockets." They spent the next hour talking. Elon asked technical questions, challenged him on his ideas, and Lucas responded with surprising depth, impressing Elon with his insights and knowledge. It was clear that this was no ordinary young man. Just as they were wrapping up their conversation, a loud crash echoed through the store. The shopkeeper, an elderly man, cried out as one of the bookshelves collapsed, spilling books everywhere. Lucas and Elon rushed over to help, but as they moved the books, they noticed something strange. A small, dusty metal box had been hidden behind the fallen shelf. "What's this?" Lucas asked, picking it up. The shopkeeper's eyes widened. "I have no idea. I've owned this store for 30 years and I've never seen it before." Lucas examined the box. It was rusted, with a lock on it. "It looks ancient," he said. Elon pulled out a pen from his pocket and, with a few quick movements, managed to open the lock. The lid creaked open, and inside they found old papers, blueprints, and faded notes. Elon picked up one of the sheets and his eyes widened. "These are rocket schematics." Lucas and the shopkeeper leaned in. "Rocket schematics? But from when?" Elon flipped through the pages, his heart racing. "These calculations are old, but they're surprisingly advanced for their time." He paused, staring at one of the papers. At the bottom of the page, he spotted a signature that made his breath catch. "It can't be." Lucas leaned in closer. "What is it?" Elon turned the page around to reveal the name. "These were written by Robert H. Goddard." Lucas gasped. "The father of modern rocketry?" The shopkeeper's eyes widened. "How did those end up in my store?" Elon shook his head, still in awe. "I don't know, but these documents could be priceless. They could contain information that was never made public." Lucas stared at the papers. This is history." Elon nodded. "And history just landed in our hands." Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed it, don't miss the next story. A new story awaits you every evening.